So be it, Jedi.
What's going on, guys? Back in another video. If you don't already know, I'm here to let you know Hot Toys has announced the Big Chap 2.0. But there's already a Xenomorph on pre-order, that being the Scorched Xenomorph. So in this video, we'll be comparing the two, talking about the pros and cons of each, and giving you my advice as to what you should do if you're looking to pick up a Xenomorph for your collection. So we'll start off looking at some photos of this Big Chap 2.0, and already I'm impressed. This looks objectively better than the 1.0. Given the 1.0 came out like 15, 16 years ago, that's to be expected. But the good thing is, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of reuse, if there's any at all. Looks like this is an entirely new body. Everything looks to be reworked, resculpted, redetailed, whatever. The head down to the toes looks different. Now, I'm not one to sit here and point out all the details when it comes to a Xenomorph. I'm not too keen on how different they are in terms of, accuracy. But I think for the most part, this new one is definitely more accurate than the 1.0. Now, I can tell you the difference between Big Chap, Alien Warrior, Dog Alien from Alien 3, but in terms of all the nuances and the minutia that goes into it, I'm not really the guy to tell you what's right and what's wrong. But based off this, side-by-side comparison, I think the new one has got it beat. Let's take a look at the Scorched Xenomorph. Now, comparing the Scorched Xenomorph to the Big Chap, there's a lot of differences, right? I think anybody that sees your collection is going to know that it's obviously a Xenomorph, so there's no question as to what it is or what it looks like. But the biggest difference between these two figures, based off first glance, is Scorched Xenomorph is way more articulated. That lends to its design. Hot Toys was able to break up the sculpt and give it some articulation cuts in the hips and the knees, the ankles, etc. You'll be able to get a lot more dynamic with this figure. Another thing is its size. The Scorched Xenomorph is like almost 18 inches tall, so it's almost the size of a quarter scale figure. Why they chose to make it so big, I really don't know. You have to ask Fede Alvarez, but it's going to be a huge figure, and it's going to take up some space. It's going to take up some presence. It could be a pro or it could be a con, depending on how you look at it. Ultimately, it comes down to your preference. Do you like more articulated figures? Do you have to have the legacy character when it comes to Xenomorph? That's not for me to decide for you. But for someone that has Scorched Xenomorph on order, am I going to pick this up? Probably. Am I going to pre-order it? No, I'll probably wait until later down the road, until closer to release, if I still want it. I'm not really going to be jumping on any pre-orders unless it's something I know 100% can't go without, right? They announced a sculpted Anakin or a sculpted Obi-Wan 2.0 from Revenge of the Sith. There's probably not any chance that I'm going to not want that, right? If you have the Scorched Xenomorph on order, don't go jumping to cancel. Don't go do anything rash. I would probably just wait. Because if you wanted it before this was announced, you shouldn't change your mind just because this is here. Now, if you bought it because you were settling and you really just wanted a Big Chap, now that Big Chap's here, you may not want the Scorched Xenomorph, and that's understandable. So I can't tell you what you should do, just give you my advice. You've got what is essentially the legacy version of the Alien, the first one we ever saw on film in 1979. Well, I guess I didn't see it then. I wasn't born yet, but the first one to ever exist, right? H.R. Giger's design, iconic. The blueprint for every Xenomorph afterwards. It's going to suffer from the same problems that the 1.0 had, where it's going to be essentially a statue. You're not going to be able to get dynamic with it. You're not going to be able to do any crazy poses like you can with the Scorched Xenomorph. And that may be a pro, that may be a con. If you're not one to really care about that, then I think you should be fine. So the comparison here isn't really the same as comparing a human character or a Star Wars character, right? They are very similar in terms of what they are. And what they are is undeniably Xenomorphs from the Alien franchise. It's a matter of how specific do you want to get, what your preference is when it comes to articulation, I mean, I don't think you can lose either way here. I think no matter what, we're winning as collectors, right? Because we have options at hand, and I think that's the best situation to be in, is to worry about which awesome alien figure you're going to buy versus it not existing at all, right? My advice to you is, if you have Scorched Xenomorph on order, stick with it. If you don't, and you don't want it, well, by all means, here you go. Here's your Big Chap. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, see you on the next one.
I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.